Okay, hello and welcome. This is going to be a Divine Masculine check-in for Lionsgate upcoming. You'll have to excuse me with the camera adjustments. I just tried to get a live feed going for this reading, and my computer froze up. So we'll just have to do this way, pre-recorded, but that's okay. So I've already pulled some cards, and what we're looking at is the upcoming 8/8/2020 date, and looking at what the collective divine masculines have kind of been up to leading up to that point. And I'm considering the Lionsgate to be from the Aquarius August 3rd full moon that just occurred yesterday, and leading it up to about between August 16th and August 19th. So we're looking at what masculines have been up to and where their thoughts are right now. And what we're seeing, we've got Knight of Swords running away from the Six of Pentacles, which suggests to me that they're running away from a situation where they've been giving much more than they've been receiving, and they're ready. They're ready to let that situation go. They've had you on their minds, and if you guys share children, that you've been in there too, and they've been really thinking about this situation, and they're not happy about it. They may have grown a little bit financially, but they're noticing that that's not everything. And right now they're kind of in a pause state where they're trying to figure out what to manifest, because they don't want to end up in a situation again where they feel like they're still juggling, which is on the bottom of the deck here. And what I noticed is that a fair amount of them, they're not actually like, a lot of times this can be juggling people, juggling thoughts, juggling money, things like that. And it kind of is there, but what I'm really seeing is the masculines are more in this sailing energy, this playfulness. They really want to kind of go to more of an emotional place. Like they're no longer juggling between like you and somebody else. They're thinking about, you know, what is the most beneficial way to get from A to B, and how can they enjoy it, because they've been in a situation where, you know, they've just had to work on their pentacles and go to work every day and come home and eat dinner and do chores and stuff like that, and they're ready to break free from that. And this card in particular, I really am associating with this Mercury and Leo that we have right now, as well as the Aquarian energy we just left. Now these cards indicate kind of a pause period, and even though this is a bit of movement, it can indicate a pause as well. And yeah, many of them have already started speaking up about this situation. I'm seeing, let's see what's in the middle of the deck here. Yeah, they're tired of being left out in the cold, probably by the people that they're in with, and they're ready to talk. There's a lot of communication that is happening right now with this Mercury and Leo energy, especially with all this time that we spent extra energy in Mercury and Cancer. We had like an exceptionally long amount of time in there. A lot of thinking about emotions, a lot of talking about emotions, and now it's time for action, and it's time for personal power. And I'm seeing plenty of solar plexus energy in here too, which, you know, that just fits right in there with that Leo energy. So before I pull another deck, let's get a look here. Yeah. So they're tired of juggling. They've had a lot of options. Some of them have had karmic situations where they've been dealing with multiple karmics. Why can't I get it clear? Yeah, you know what? Sometimes I just take the clarity there as a, or the lack of screen clarity on there as a sign that the situation is just not very clear. And that's kind of what's been happening. If there's been a lot of people coming in, we've had the return of the X stuff coming up. There, you know, it may seem on the outside like some, you know, there's clear choices that these masculines should be making, but many of them even have been presented with false flames and things like that. But they're taking their masks off. They're recognizing that the situation that they're in is just exhausting them, and they're ready to heal. Why are we so blurry right now? There's still a lot of them are very, very unclear about things, but they're tired of all the outside voices and opinions, and they're recognizing the situation that they're in is not, they're not going to level up. They're not going to glow up. They're not going to do what they thought. It's just going to be a lot of burdens, and they're trying real hard to hold on to them. A lot of them are trying to be what they feel like is an honorable person. So they're really holding on tight to how not okay this situation has been, and they're totally guarded right now, maybe even against you, but they're coming up, and they might also be just freeing themselves from a legal situation or a social situation, and they're ready to start planting a new seed. Yeah, look how clear that just came in. Yep, like they're ready to plant in soil that has been tended and tilled properly, where they can actually grow something, which has not been happening where they are. And Spirit is hearing those prayers and coming in. Now they're not quite in that inspired place yet, but they're getting there, but they can't quite speak their truth. There's something that's holding them back. It probably has to deal with healing something, either with an old soulmate, or they're just really thinking about you. They're thinking about you a lot. Yeah, but this one I'd say they're thinking about you, and you're still holding their cup. But they're a little unclear if you want to be doing that. And they're not sure if you're going to accept. They're still feeling like they still have a number of things that they need to grow on, but they're tired of the situation they're in. They've been stabbed in the back a lot. And with this is also another Mercury in Leo type card too, where there's a lot of words being thrown around and they hurt, but they're also helping to level these masculines up. They're helping them to see the truth and cut away the lies so that they can allow the towers, allow them to happen where they didn't before. They were trying to keep them from falling, but now they're ready to let go of commitments that were not what they signed up for, because they're ready to level up. All right. So I'd already pulled a couple of cards earlier from the this is my Alice in Wonderland deck to get a little bit of clarity. And what we got for the Six of Wands was the Page of Swords reversed again. And what that tells me is that the situation that the passengers on that little boat, the baggage that's there, is a lot of immaturity, things that were said, contracts that were signed, and things that were not, well, the way that they were spoken when they agreed to it was not what they got, and they're really feeling that. And with that young page energy in reverse too, it could be likely that many of them found out that not only did they make a decision more with their heads and not with their hearts, but that what they thought was a genuine love experienced with these karmics was unreciprocated. And they're really thinking about the choices that they made that got them there, because they know that you've been waiting. And you've been that little voice of spirit this whole time, trying to just say, come this way, come this way. And they have not been listening. That's why they're feeling, this is also the Leo, Aries, Sag energy, but definitely with this, Leo and Mercury energy, they're feeling like they were dethroned. Some of them maybe even emasculated in some ways. And yeah, oh, interesting. Okay. So a lot of that rushing energy is towards you. It's funny, we can even see, whereas underneath it was a running away from that situation where they're feeling really, really poor, especially spiritually. And now, look at they're coming in towards you, or they want to at least. That swords energy is very fast movement and that fast thoughts, and whereas this Knight of Hats, Knight of Cups is more slow moving, but in emotional, not quite as slow as the Page of Cups. And we had some other cards that wanted to pop out here. I'm going to put them back in a minute, but yeah, the Page, or the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups reversed, and the Six of Wands, they recognize that they totally overturned the happy Ten of Cups energy that they could have had with you, and the Ace of Pentacles energy with you, and they're feeling that ego burn from that. Let's get a little more clarity on what is slowing them down, which is the Seven of Pentacles. They're thinking about something before they try to manifest anything. Okay, we got the Fool, and we got the Three of Swords. So what I'm getting the sense of is that they thought that they were making a fool out of themselves by staying with you, for those that have met, or they thought that they would be considered a fool if they didn't continue on the path that they went on with karmics. And they're recognizing they've been made a fool by doing what they did, by jumping into that situation, by not listening to their intuition, and by refusing your cups also. So what is it that they're manifesting? That's the Magician here. And it's also that Mercury and Leo energy. So this will really make sense towards what it is that collective masculines are kind of working on right now. Ooh, all right. Look at that. That's beautiful to see right there. That's completed karmic lessons. I'm getting a big energy pull on that one. They're manifesting themselves a new beginning. And you know what? And that really makes sense with that energy right there too, with that Fool. So they're thinking about how it is that they made a jump before. This is very Aries energy too. We do have Mars in Aries right now. And any masculines that have like really strong Aries traits too, they're going to be extra affected by this, as well as any with Leo and Sag traits. But yeah, so they're thinking about the choices that they made that got them here, that got them their heart broken, and what they need to let go of right now in order to have a new beginning, but a completely new one. Like, not to have the same old one where they've still got unresolved issues, mother wounds, wounds from past relationships, things like that. Let's look at, what's this King of Wands energy about? King of Wands, what are you here to tell us? You know, I'm kind of getting that song in my head, Another One Bites the Dust. So, you know what? Oh, man, I know what this is about. I'm going to laugh with these cards that just popped up. What are they saying? Oh, yeah. So what I got the sense of is this is bratting. And this totally makes sense, especially being so connected to Leo and Aries. And if you really, yeah, like strong fire energy, when, you know, they'll be the most giving people in the world. You know, the most loyal, the most generous, the most open-hearted. And Leo energy in particular is really about the heart. But if they find out that you've double-crossed them and that you made a fool out of them, or they made a fool out of themselves by trusting you and not listening to the sweet people around them, they're going to become totally impetuous, the biggest brat that you've ever done seen. And of course, what popped out, the Wheel of Fortune reverse, the Devil reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles reverse. And see, we already had that Seven of Pentacles in there. So what this is, what this tells me is that they're tired of the confusion and delays, and they're seeing that the karmics, so there was a lot of things that they just assumed was just spirit coming in, and, you know, just life, just things, delays that happen like that. But they're starting to notice that all those extra bills that pop up, those extra repairs that need to be done, those extra chores and errands and things that seem to take up all their time so they can't talk with you or be with friends or anything like that, it's manufactured. And they're recognizing that they made commitments with the wrong people, and it's time to let it go. It's time to release themselves, and they know that once they do that, they're going to have this. Which, they're, you know, it'll take a little while, but they're going to be able to actually grow their pentacles. But they know if they stay in this situation, it's going to stay stagnant, and they're what they have struggled to grow so far, it's not going to grow. It's going to start to, there's going to be more weeds in the garden they're going to have to pull. I'm going to pull I'm going to pull a card or two from an Oracle deck, and then we will be done with this for right now. It's interesting. So let's see what kind of theme is going on for them. We got, ew, four-legged endurance. Okay. So, I mean, in some ways, this could be literal in that these masculines have, pets around them. But I'm really feeling called to one, the lion for Leo in there, and the horse in here too. And the little word on this card is endurance. So they're getting ready for battle, which kind of fits in with a lot of the energies that are coming in collectively too. It's a bit of a spiritual warfare coming in. And that makes sense with all the Leo energy right now. So you might start to notice that they either are a little more disconnected right now from you, or they might be a little more heated. Let's see what this last card is. Oh, okay. Wow, so yeah, look at all that yellow and orange energy in there now. And even with the cards before that, we had lots of solar plexus and lots of sacral plexus, which tells me there's going to be a fair amount of masculines who, well, they wore out their welcome with karmics that they thought there was a genuine ability to have a healthy connection with, and are recognizing that many of them, they were not faithful. And they see that there has been somebody. They know that there's been somebody waiting who's been going on her spiritual journey and glowing up and is not watching the collective getting into their drama, and not being antisocial or anything, just glowing up. And because most of the divine feminines have been working on their career stuff and their inner healing journey and things like that, masculines have been watching them. And I mean, in a way, you can see this as Beauty and the Beast, which is an energy theme I've been seeing coming along quite a bit. And they're ready. They're ready to embrace humanity on a more conscious level. They do have some work to do, but they're definitely thinking about it. And what I see, interesting enough, we'll end it on this one right on the bottom of the deck. Freedom. So what I'm going to say at this is, one, they are probably already starting to really access any sort of telepathic messages. They're listening to spirit a lot more, and they are freeing themselves during this period. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're done. You're never done with all the karmic cycles, but as we see rainbow in here, they're leveling up. There's hope coming up. So, and birds are also messages. So I would expect to hear some messages both about the 3D drama going on and some more romantic messages. And stay connected with your higher self. Keep on this journey. Don't let them derail you even just with excitement. Keep working on it. That's exactly what's getting you where you want to go. All right, we'll do a Divine Femme check-in next, so please stay tuned.